Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
So on behalf of Muslims in Rail, Muslim Aid, Railway 200, I thank you all for being part of this historic event. May it remind us that our nation is strongest when every contribution is recognized, every story is honored, and every community is celebrated.
So we're together here to showcase the historical contribution of British Muslim towards the railways industry, highlighting the challenges and the contribution that the first generation of our communities had made and contributed to help Britain, rebuild Britain, in fact, which is so often forgotten.
Muslims are deeply integrated into Britain's railway history, the same way that we're deeply integrated into Britain's history in other ways, whether that's through fighting in World War II or helping to rebuild the country after the war. We're here to stay, and we're here to do our part in the success and the future of this country, not by abandoning our identity, but by showing everyone what it really means to be a Muslim.
Rizwan Javid, who was awarded an MBE just last year for his work in suicide prevention. He saved 29 lives through vigilant observation, empathetic conversation, being prepared to reach out. He demonstrates the attributes of compassion, humility, and unwavering commitment to humanity, which I believe echo core Muslim teachings, not least the Quranic principles of saving one life being the equivalent of saving all humanity.
Heritage of the Hijaz Railway is growing and growing, and it's something that I think that Muslims can be proud of, and something that they can think about in terms of their Muslim heritage within Britain and their rail heritage, that it's actually got very deep roots.
I was a convert to Islam probably more than 20 years ago, and when I converted to Islam, I was asking the different, what we say, brothers and sisters, what they knew about their Muslim heritage of Britain. What do you think their response was? They knew nothing.
Because I service in the British Rail with my heart, not only my body.
I have really enjoyed my time with the pioneers, and I've learned so much. So what one thing, if you were to go back, would you change in your job role to make it better?
Absolutely nothing.
No?
Do you know why?
Why?
I've enjoyed it. The way it was, like it raw, uncut.
Even that first day?
Definitely. Makes your mind in it.
I think because you're from the north, aren't you? So,
Nuria, have you got any top tip? Not to be afraid to be assertive, as long as you're firm, fair, and strong. Most importantly, respect yourself so others can respect you.
May this anniversary not only just be a commemoration, but a call to action to build a railway that is greener, fairer, more inclusive, and one that helps continue to make the world a better, safer, more connected place.
We're really grateful for our sponsor, Muslim Aid. Without our partnership with them, their CEO Khalid Javed, Mustafa, the chair of trustees, this event would not have happened.
Just like to finish by commending and congratulating and thanking both Muslims in Rail and Muslim Aid for putting on such a wonderful celebration this evening of the role that Muslims have played and continue to play in our wonderful industry.
By bringing people together, by sharing our experiences, by celebrating the contribution of Muslims generally and the wider BAME community, we can overcome some of those ignorances, some of those challenges and misinformation to kind of lay the foundation for future generations.
So thank you very much for inviting me here tonight. Real privilege, and thank you for everything that you've done as a community to help shape and grow Britain's railways.
I'd like to thank Muslims in Rail for sharing their important stories with us as part of this anniversary year.
Muslims in Rail is probably the finest example I know of in the rail industry of saying you can be a person of faith, a person of integrity, and play your part in business. And that is a phenomenal legacy and a phenomenal testament. Those people who spread hate, those people who spread division, need to see what you and others do that actually enable Britain to genuinely be a society that's proud of all our different facets. So genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the role you play in that space.
It's been an absolute pleasure to do this with you guys. We've been working with Muslims in Rail for many a year, and to be supporting these initiatives, not just with them, but just holistically across. It's about showcasing what Muslims in general are doing to uplift communities, uplift this country, the level of innovation, the level of goodwill, and the level of change. We're as British as anyone.
That connection through faith of people is what really makes the world go round, and I think having more of that in the railway is what we really do need to focus on.
Muslims have contributed a lot to Britain. Our story in recent history goes back to the 1950s, 60s. As migrants, they worked hard, they came here, they served public services with their whole heart. This is what people need to remember about the Muslim and the migrant story as well, not just Muslims who came and served and built this country and our infrastructures.